Hey guys, welcome back. This is Jenny from Polly's Paper Studio, and this is my birthday haul. Nope, it is not my birthday, but the tech hubby and I usually pick out our own gifts because it's just easier to get exactly what you want when you don't know what the other person has or needs or is interested in. So this is better. Now, if you have been following me on Instagram, you would know that I have been working on developing my coloring skills, and even though I had quite a few markers, I was on the Crafters Companion design team for quite a while, and they were very generous. They sent a lot of the Spectrum Noir markers. I've got glitter pens, I've got aqua pens, I've got aqua pencils, and because it was the design team, they did send a lot. There was quite a few duplicates, but some fairly significant gaps between the colors. And what I had was sort of working, but frustrating and discouraging at the same time, because I just couldn't get blends that worked well or colors that were exactly what I wanted. So I knew it was time to pick up some more markers to fill in those gaps. And when these TriBlends came out, I was very happy because each marker has 3 shades of the same color, so you know you're going to get a perfect blend that matches every time. And because there's 3 in 1, and they take up a lot less space, they're longer than the traditional Spectrum Noir markers, but definitely less space than 3 markers would take up. So this is perfect for if you like to go crafting at your friend's house or at a crop, or like me, and I'll put them in the camper when we go on a trip. So in the evening I can do busy work and they don't take up so much space. So the thing I will say about these TriBlend markers, now I've never had a Copic marker, so I can't compare them to that, but I can say if you have Spectrum Noir markers already, you're used to having the bullet nib instead of the brush nib, and instead of the chisel tip, they have 3 different bullet nibs. So you're not going to get that wide end if that's what you're used to coloring with, but for the smaller pictures I worked on, it definitely wasn't an issue, and I found them to be very easy to blend, so I was happy about that. So you're going to get your light on one side, and then your mid-tone in the middle. Sometimes they're a little hard to get open, and then your shadow or your dark on the opposite end. So the only thing that I thought was a little bit discouraging is they're hard to get open sometimes, and then I did lose track of what end I was meant to go to once I was working with mid-tone, so that was something to keep in mind. But I really think these are perfect if you're just starting out or if you're looking to add to an existing collection. So I really thought I was going to get a lot of duplicates from what I already had, and there was a couple, but this definitely filled in a lot of gaps where I didn't have specific shades. And the one other thing I wanted to mention is that they don't have a blender pen included, so you probably want to pick that up, and they also don't have black. So but that's not a big deal to add a couple extra pens to a good value. So I got these from Only One Life Creations, and I ordered them on Wednesday and they got them on Saturday, which is pretty phenomenal, I think. So at scrapbook.com they're running just about $5 a pen, and that's the set of 24 in singles, and Only One Life Creations had them as a full set for $90. So that's a significant savings there. And so I'm just gonna move these out of the way real quick and show you the colors. Here's the greens. They're pretty accurate to the packaging, so I was happy about that. Here's the blues. Here is the browns and grays. I think they had a really nice selection, a lot of good variety. Maybe too many purples. That seems like a lot. And then I'm going to put these out. These are the reds and oranges and pinks. Those are really deeply saturated colors, and they had a lot of pigment, so they went down really smoothly and blended well, which I was very happy about. And here are the yellows, so just a couple of those. But like I said, you do want to pick up some black ones and a blender pen, and you'll have a much more complete set for whatever you want to color. And here's what I worked on today. So I as part of my haul for my birthday, I picked up some stamps, and these are definitely oh, hi Scooter. The cat just came down to say hello. I picked up some stamps. These are not new releases by any means, but my coloring skills still need work, so I don't mind having some of the older stamps just for practice purposes. And I really do love all these images, so I'm glad to have them, and I'll continue to use them even when I get a little bit better and begin to add new release collections. And some of them do have dies, some of them don't, and that's okay because I'm pretty good at fussy cutting. So I picked up these Lawn Fawn ones, and I really like the little tiny ones because this one you can build a scene, and then you can put them in a tag or, you know, a smaller project. I'm learning to like the A2 size cards more than I thought I ever would. I worked with this one today, and I tried to put it back in the package, but it didn't want to go back in the package and it ripped, so I'll have to find a sleeve for that. But these cling stamps work great. If you have a Misty, they just go in and you pull that foam liner out, and they work just like the regular clear stamps. So this is just a nice collection. Christmas, here's one banner with some letters. Here's banner with some birthday sentiments. Nope, these are not for coloring, but it'll just be nice to have some nice sentiments to add to my greeting cards. Mama Elephant had some really cute little critters. These are little reindeer, and they did come with dies, so that's super handy. Here's another Mama Elephant. This one has balloons, which I think is pretty practical. They could go on just about any occasion card for, you know, just change out the coloring. And there's some cute little critters and a nice sentiment. This one does not have dies, which is fine. And they're party animals, which I think, again, you could use them for whatever occasion. Just change out your theme paper or your embellishments, and a couple cute little sentiments and some like accent add-ons, so you theme a card however which we like. This one was one of my favorites, Christmas. A sweet kind of home style country inspired. A doily set. I wish they had dies, but that's okay. I can just fussy cut these out. Now it'll be fun layering detail. Here's some words for Christmas. They have dies that go with them, so that'll be great. And a big time saver. And I got this one just because I thought I would like to practice blending larger areas, so this will be a good technique building for me. So this morning I got up and I colored quite a few things just so that I can decide if I liked to start with the lights and go to the darks, or begin the other way and go to your highlights. And I found that I definitely work better starting with the dark shades and going toward the light highlight in the middle, and that gives us a nice gradient of color so that it has a nice dimension. So I did these cups. These were Lawn Fawn. I didn't bring those down. I had those in my stash previously, and I tried a couple different like I said, light to dark or dark to light, and I found that I really got a much richer highlight and shadow if you did dark to light. So I'm gonna try and remember that from now on. Here's a tree, just sort of figuring out where the shading and the shadows go, and using the white jelly pen to add some highlights. This little bear is so cute. That's this guy here. Oh, what fun. And I colored him to be just see how the red blended, and I think it was beautiful. Definitely got a nice depth to that coloring. I just was working on as many colors as I could pull out, so I made this crazy hat, and then I put some glitter on this one as well, and that's I didn't like the first shade of green, then I put down a different one, and I kind of like them layered, so maybe that's a thing to remember from now on, is adding 2 different greens will develop a different shading. Now I had this stamp in my set from a couple years ago. This is the Pretty Pink Posh Christmas Friends, and it's pretty basic combination of the children, and they have some coffee cups and birds and a wreath. So cute. And I'm learning hair, which is going to take forever because I don't know exactly where to put the shadows and highlights quite yet. So still working on that, but a definite improvement over last year. So I finished out my coloring day with, this is my very first scene card, and I used the Happy Trails stamp for most of it. Some of the other pieces I had to scrounge around and get stamps from other collections just to fill it in. And I ordered it, but it hasn't come yet, the stitched hillside border. So I just cut ovals out of the TriBlend Designs stitched oval stacks, and then I layered them so it looked like I had a green, lawn, and then a road, and then another green, which I pretty much covered up. But that was one way to stretch the dies that I already have while I'm waiting for the new ones to come in, and just added a couple little sequins. This is Lawn Fawn stitch stacked rectangles too, so that was a good way to create a base for this card. And I put a little foam in so that I could develop some dimension and depth, and a couple extra little trees out here and a bird, and that was easy to accent with a little bit of stickles just here and there, and this is the wavy border die from Lawn Fawn, and this sentiment that came with the stamp set was pretty easy to shape onto the Misty so that I could have it fit into that curved banner shape. So that is all for my birthday haul, and I will leave a link in the description for Only One Life Creations if you want to check out those pens. They also have distress inks and distress oxides, a really good price. I thought it was even better than scrapbook.com when they're on sale. So go check that out. I will also leave links for our social media handles, so you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, and our Etsy shop and our blog. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, and if you want to let me know what your favorite coloring style is, you can leave that in the description below. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.